Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Wednesday, February 26, 2025. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with NXT on the CW, broadcast live last night from the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. In the main event, Ricky Saints, the former Ricky Starks, made his NXT in-ring debut, teaming with Javon Evans to defeat Ethan Page and Wes Lee. The finish came when Saints pinned Lee.
Oh, whoa. Look at the power of Ricky Saints.
You can say that again. Up. Looking for the Rochambeau. 1, 2, 3. Welcome to NXT.
Here are your winners, the team of Javon Evans and Ricky Saints.
TNA World Tag Team Champions Matt and Jeff Hardy made their return to WWE TV, defeating the No Quarter Catch Crew.
Swanton Bomb! Matt's legal into the cover. And things were taken to the NXtreme tonight.
Here are your winners, the Hardy Boys.
What a match! What a moment!
After the match, the Hardys were confronted by Fraxium and a TNA Tag Team title match was made for NXT Roadblock. TNA X Division champion Moose also appeared, retaining his title against Lexis King. NXT champion Obafemi confronted Moose after the match, and a title versus title match between the two was set for Roadblock. In other results, Stephanie Vacour successfully defended the women's North American title against Carmen Petrovic. Lola Vice pinned Ariana Grace, and Jordan Grace punched Roxanne Perez in the face during a promo segment. In ratings news, last Saturday's edition of AEW Collision drew a viewership of 412,000 to TNT, according to WrestleNomics. That's down from the previous week's audience of 502,000 for the Grand Slam episodes, despite that episode running at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Last Saturday's episode drew a .12 rating in the 18 to 49-year-old demographic, steady with that of the previous week. In legal news, Tammy Sytch faces a wrongful death lawsuit that is set to go to court on March 25th in Florida. The suit is being brought by the estate of Julian Lassiter, who lost his life in a March 2022 traffic accident involving Sytch. The lawsuit seeks damages of more than $30,000 and makes the claim that Sytch was under the influence while driving at the time of the accident. Sytch rear-ended Lassiter in his vehicle, leading to his death later the same day. Sytch is currently serving a 17-year prison sentence plus 8 years probation stemming from her criminal conviction on DUI vehicular manslaughter charges in Lassiter's death. And we close with some unfortunate news. Longtime Pacific Northwest wrestling commentator Don Koss has passed away, as was shared yesterday by his daughter on social media. Koss served as the full-time Pacific Northwest television commentator from late 1982 following the passing of Frank Bonema, who had been the voice of Portland wrestling since the mid-1960s. Koss remained as lead Portland commentator until the promotion's closing in 1992. A veteran of Portland radio as well as of Portland's KPTV Channel 12, Koss had previously been filling in for Bonema as announcer and interviewer on occasion for 10 years prior to taking over full-time. In 2007, Koss purchased the rights to Portland Wrestling Company from Frank Culbertson, and in 2012 partnered with Roddy Piper for a short-lived attempt to relaunch the promotion. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.